Cove family. This is Principal Ellie with your morning announcement. Please stand for the Pledge of Allegiance.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
You may be seated. Now for our school motto, Teaming for Success. Our school goal, to promote student achievement and celebrate all stakeholders in a safe, family-oriented environment. You made it once again, another week down for virtual learning, and you have been doing an amazing job. Remember to continue to keep at it, and boys and girls, please make sure that you are signing into our Clever through single sign-on. So 3 C's I want you to remember. Say it with me. Clever, okay, Canvas, and Course. That's right, 3 C's. If you remember the 3 C's, then you will be ready for success. So every single day you have to log on through your Clever, and then you go to your Canvas so that you can start your courses, because that's how your attendance will be tracked. But not only will your attendance be tracked through Clever, when you are done with your learning for the day, you have to remember to log out. What are you going to do? Log out. That's right, because if you stay logged in, your attendance will not be recorded. So you have to make sure once you log in for the day, you are done with your learning, and you will log out so that you can log back in the next day. Remember, this is how your attendance will be tracked. So make sure you log on through where? What's the first C? Clever. And then you go on to your, what's your second C? Canvas. And then you explore and start your learning through, what's the last C? Your courses. So remember that, and you will be ready for success. So remember, boys and girls, to make sure that you log in every single day, and also try to submit all your assignments for the week. Okay, your teachers are tracking all the work that you're doing, and if you're having any issues, please have your parents email us. They can even call the school. Okay, so you can call us at 754-323-6800, and we will get back to you. Although our campuses are physically closed, we are still answering the phones when you leave a message, and we will call you back. Or you can always email Mrs. Ellie, or you can email our assistant principal, Ms. Alvarez, with any questions that you have. Remember, we know this is a very difficult time at this pandemic that we're dealing with, but we are here to support you. We want you to do your absolute best, and as much as you can, you do as much as you can. And trust me, we'll understand. Just communicate with us. Also, don't forget to log into your specials, so that your special course through Canvas. We have 3 specials. We have PE, we have music, and we have media. All of our special teachers have some amazing activities for you. However, you can go on 1 special a day. You don't have to go to all the special classes, but you can visit a special a day. So if you decide you want to go to media on Monday, and Tuesday you go to music, and then on Wednesday you log into PE, you can do that. And you just rotate, and remember to do the activities. They're fun, just like as if we were in school. So remember, you're going to do 2 things. Well, you're going to do 4 things. You're going to log on to what? Clever, that's the first C. You're going to go into your Canvas, that's the second C. And then you're going to go into your courses, that's the third C, because you're going to do all your reading, your math, your science, but then also don't forget about specials. Greetings, Palm Cove family. This is Principal Ellie again with Story Time. Remember, each week I will bring to you a new book. And as I mentioned, I will have different guest readers. Today, I have 2 special guest readers that's going to join me in today's story time. So my first guest reader, her name is Abigail. And what grade are you in, Abigail? 2nd. She's in 2nd grade. My second reader, helper, Her name is Gabrielle Jasmine. And what grade are you in? She's in kindergarten. And these two special guests are my daughters. That's right. My daughters will join us during story time today. So the book that we're going to be reading is called Sophia Valdez, Future Prez. The author is Andrea Beatty, illustrated by David Roberts. Now, who can tell me what the author does? What does the author do, Gabby?
Write the words.
That's right. The author writes the words. And what does the illustrator do, Abby?
Draw the picture.
You are absolutely correct. Draw the pictures. So, I wonder what this book is going to be about. Let's make a prediction. What do you think this book is going to be about, Abby? Probably people voting for Sophia. And what is she running for?
President.
To be president? Okay, that's a good prediction. What do you think this story is going to be about? What's your prediction, Gabby?
Like she's gonna be like a president, and at the end she is, or she's not gonna get it, somebody else's, and then she's gonna black.
Oh, okay, that's a great prediction. So let's find out what this story is going to be about. Now, she wants to be president. What do you want to be when you grow up?
A doctor.
You want to be a doctor? Wow. At such a time like this, I salute all the doctors, all the nurses, all the healthcare workers that's working through the coronavirus, because we need the doctors. So a doctor is a good profession to have. What about you? What do you want to be when you grow up?
I'll be a
Gabby?
doctor like my auntie.
You want to be a doctor like your auntie. Aw, you're so sweet. What do you want to be, boys and girls? Well, let your teacher know with your name so that they can email me and I can give you a shout out next week. Well, I always wanted to be a teacher, and now I'm a principal. And how did that happen? I worked very, very hard. I finished school, I did all my work, and it was all worth it because now I get to see all your beautiful faces every single day. So let's get started. Sophia was a baby who got things done, helping her family before she turned 1. She and Abuelo went out every week to help elderly friends around Blue River Creek who couldn't get out and about on their own and with no place to gather were stuck home alone. Wow, sounds like our current situation with us being at home from the coronavirus. Raking the leaves, taking pets for a walk, or just dropping by for a treat and a talk. Sophia Valdez did as much as she could for her family and friends and her whole neighborhood. A dreamer, a doer, a real-life go-getter. Most people like good, but Sophia liked better. Seems like Sophia's a hard worker. Each morning, Abuelo walked Sophie to class. They walked home again along Blue River Path, making plans, munching cookies, Abuelo and girl, except for that Tuesday when Pup saw the squirrel. With a howl, Pup took off, racing all through the town, over, under, beneath, and around. Sophia scrambled to try to keep up with the hollering man and the bellowing Pup. What do you think the word abuelo means?
Grandpa.
Grandpa, that's right. The word abuelo is a word in Spanish that means grandpa. Good job. Up the squirrel ran to the top of a hill, made of leftover junk for the local landfill. They reached the tiptoe of that mountain of trash which jiggled and broke with the ear-splitting crash. Whoa. Down they all tumbled and hit with a thud on a moldy old pumpkin surrounded by mud. Ouch, cried Abuelo. He struggled to stand. A dangerous mess, he said, grasping her hand. next day, Sophia walked to school solo, but it wasn't the same without her abuelo. This is not right, declared young Sophia, who glared out Mount Trashmore and got an idea. I wonder what the idea is. The very next morning at dawn, she planted a sign at the front of the lawn. She stood back and smiled and cut a park. Get rid of Mount Trashmore. Let's build a new park. That's a great idea. Get rid of the trash and build a park. Each of her neighbors had something to say about benches and fountains and places to play. Meeting spots, gardens, a basket for bees, a rubber duck pond, and a kiosk for cheese. She drew every thought on her map of the park, which was perfectly perfect by a quarter till dark. Looks like she's getting some great ideas. She drifted to sleep in her soft, then bam, she woke up when a thought smacked her head. Her heart skipped a beat as she realized each one of her neighbors had said, "Let me know when it's done." They all thought Sophia could build it alone. But how could one girl do so much on her own? The weight of that thought made her tender heart ache. As night, thunder growled, and she lay wide awake. Then dawn brought a storm, and the gloomy sky wept, and the heart-sick Sophia finally slept. All right. Abuelo baked cookies when Sophie got up. He gave her a bagful and sneaked one to puff. He blinked back a tear as he hugged his Sophia. For courage, he whispered, "Te amo, mi vida." Sophia's knees wobbled. She felt weak inside. She looked at his ankle and quite nearly cried. Though she didn't feel brave or courageous at all, Sophia Valdez went to face City Hall. Do you think Sophia can help build this park and get rid of Mount Trashmore? What do you think? Definitely. Here's Sophia, but she's all by her what? She's all by herself.
And she's like so tiny.
Yeah.
There's the place.
Yeah. The mayor's office sent her to room 401, the Blue River Creek Department of Fun, which sent her downstairs to room 302, the Office of Duck Ponds and Cool Things to Do, to the Office of Monkeys, the Department of Cheese, the Division of Fountains and Meetings and Bees, then down to the basement, so musty and cramped, where all the town's papers were sorted and stamped. And that's where the clerk said what no one else did. "You can't build a new park. You're only a kid." Uh-oh. Do you think it's true that she can't build a park because she's a kid?
No.
You think yes? You think no? I think she can do it.
Well, I think she can do it.
The words smacked Sophia deep down in her heart. Her plan was kiboshed before it could start. "I think," said Sophia, "I think that law's wrong." But her second grade voice didn't sound very strong. The clerk said clearly, "It cannot be done. Do you have any questions?" Sophia said one. "If you were me and if I was you and he was your grandpa, what would you do?" Well, said the clerk. Then she said nothing at all. She thought and she thought. Then she sent out a call to every employee throughout City Hall. It is a writing thing. The entire government of Blue River Creek crammed into the office to hear Sophia speak, but her words jumbled up and her cheeks turned bright red as a dozen emotions rushed into her head. Her heart beat so loudly she thought it would crack. The crowd leaned in closer. Sophia leaned back. Then her arm brushed the edge of the old cookie sack, and that was the moment when Sophia first knew. Being brave means doing the thing you must do. Though your heart cracks with fear, though you're just in grade 2. She's only in 2nd grade and is making a big move. She took a deep breath. Everybody take a deep breath. Looked the mayor in the eye, and though her knees wobbled, she held her head high. Sophia started talking. She spelled out her plan and why it all mattered and how it began. And once she got rolling, she had lots to say about meeting spots, monkeys, and places to play, and other ideas for things they could do to help the town elders and other folks too. She had thoughts on the library, thoughts on the zoo, and perhaps a way to combine the two. And what do you think is gonna happen? Let's find out. All right, cried the mayor. Go start a petition. If the town wants the new park, we'll form a commission. And so young Sophia got right to work with some help from her family and Puck and the clerk. Then others joined in, not all but a few, like Miss Leela Greer and the kids in grade 2. There were hearings and surveys and taxes to figure, then bulldozers, cranes, and a blue bigger digger. They all built that park. That's how it got done, with the hard work of, by, and for everyone. But it began with the dream of one person, just one, who laced up her shoes and then led the way to help Blue River Creek get a new place to play. Now, every evening till long after dark, the town comes together at Citizens Park. They all hold this truth to be self-evident, that Sophia Valdez could grow up to be president. Until then, Sophia, that real-life go-getter, helps Blue River Creek get better and better. The end. What an amazing story. And boys and girls, what this story teaches us is never give up. When you have a dream, if you can conceive it, then you can achieve it. She was determined. She had great courage, even though sometimes she felt that she couldn't do it, but she had people behind her, like her family, that knew that she could. What is it that's something that you want to do? If you want to do it, then do it. Until next time, we will see you.
What do you want to be when you grow up?
That's a good question. What do you want to be when you grow up? So a doctor, a teacher, or even president. It's possible. See you next time at Story Time.
Bye.